Hey everyone, welcome back to Sengoku Basara 4 Sumeragi. It's probably a bit of a surprise that I haven't done a playthrough yet with Date Masamune, considering that he's the main poster boy of the series. Let's have a look at him first. Alright, so here we have Masamune, kind of the main character of the Basara series. Ever since the first game, he and Yukimura have kind of been at the forefront of the promotional materials. They had a rivalry together, and then they banded together to defeat Oda Nobunaga. In later games, we saw them kind of get replaced, well not replaced, but Mitsunari and Ieyasu kind of became the main poster boys for Basara 3. And then in Basara 4, Sakon and Katsui are featured more prominently in the promotional materials. Now Masamune himself is pretty well known also because of the anime. He's known for using kind of a mix of English and Japanese. Sometimes he likes to say English phrases in the middle of his sentences, especially things like "let's party." And he's also known for having like a motorcycle horse in the anime. He like has a motorcycle engine and motorcycle like handles on his horse, which he doesn't seem to have in the games, at least not in this one or Basara 3. He fights using a katana, but when you switch to a special mode, he'll switch to 6 claw mode, and he'll pull out 6 swords and hold 3 in each hand at the same time, which are kind of like his dragon claws. So Masamune and his historical counterpart were called the One-Eyed Dragon, and there's differing accounts as to why he only had one eye. Some of it was because when he was younger, there was like an accident or something like that, but then some other people said that like he had some kind of infection or some kind of pox and he had to have his eye removed. I think there was another one that said that he like gouged out his own eye and like held it up for whatever reason. So we're not really sure why. I think it's said that the historical Masamune still asked to be portrayed with 2 eyes in like paintings and stuff like that too, so that's why if you look at old paintings of Masamune, he still has both of his eyes in those ones. But other than that, I was trying to look at more historical information about the historical Masamune, and I didn't really find anything that was really notable, which is really surprising. I thought I'd find a little bit more. I know he served Hideyoshi for a time and Ieyasu after that, but like he did a few neat things, like involving like the production of miso and like certain types of tofu and spreading Christianity and like building a boat using like European materials or stuff like that too. But I don't know, it's a bit surprising to me that he's featured so prominently in media, or maybe it's just because of Masamune becoming a popular character in fiction and media that kind of snowballed this effect of his popularity. I'm not really sure, but there wasn't really anything super notable about him that I found. In the games, his army is kind of depicted as like almost like a biker gang or like Yakuza, and you'll see that with his right-hand man Kojūrō, who is very loyal and kind of acts like a gangster sometimes, especially when you switch him to slaughter mode, which is kind of like an alternate mode that changes his moveset. We've already had a look at Masamune a little bit in who was it? Oh yeah, Yoshiaki's video. We looked at him a bit in Yoshiaki's video, but let's have a look at him again. So you'll see right away all his moves here are in English, in all caps no less. So that already tells you that he's a little unique among the characters. Being the main character, he does have a lot of outfits. So here's an alternate outfit, no helmet. This is another alternate outfit from some DLC. You've seen him wearing this in a few cutscenes so far. If you get the stage where you one-on-one duel him, and he like catches the shooting star in his hand. This is a Devil May Cry collab outfit as Dante. This is his regular outfit but without the helmet. I actually kind of like him without the helmet, but I'll keep it on just for completion's sake. He's got glasses here in this one. I know it's hard to see because they're pretty small. Not really sure why they decided to give him a glasses outfit. And another recolor of his alternate outfit. And here's his Tales of Zestiria collab outfit as Saray. Kind of strange, it doesn't really fit him. Kind of interesting to see him wearing Saray's clothes. Look at all those sheaths clipping through his cape. And so, oops, we saw this already too, but he has baseball bats as his alternate outfit. I do like how the sheath of his 6 swords, they kind of create a kind of like a fin pattern or like a dragon wing type of pattern with them. That's kind of neat. Again, I've mentioned this before, but like I'm not a super huge fan of Masamune. I'm okay with him, like I don't dislike him, but I just don't find him super interesting for a main character, which is why I've kind of held off on playing him until now. Even gameplay-wise, I don't think he's super duper exciting. Here's a look at his right-hand man, Kojūrō. He's very loyal. So the historical Kojūrō was also known for serving Masamune and being very loyal to him and his family. Got a mask here. Here's a Resident Evil collab outfit as Leon. And I kind of mentioned this like in the very first video, but like one of the things Basara does is in order to make all the characters unique on the roster, like they try to minimize the number of characters that share the same last name or come from the same family. So one of the ways they do this is in the what was I trying to say? In the Basara universe, I was trying to say historical and Basara at the same time, and somehow it became Histara. In the historical, like, background, there'd be multiple characters that maybe share the same last name because they're part of the same family, and they have a bunch of feats that they're known for, and so in Basara, they'll just kind of collapse them together into one character just to make them more unique and without having too many confusing characters that are too similar. Other than the Maya-does seem like a little bit of an exception. So like some of the feats that Kojūrō is attributed with in the Basara universe are things that the historical Katakura Kojūrō did, while some of the things he did in the Basara games are attributed to his historical counterparts like son or his historical counterpart's grandson or other relative, rather than having multiple Kojūrōs in the game, which is kind of nice because I find when you play Samurai Warriors or Dynasty Warriors, like there's a ton of characters that are just there because they're part of the same family and they don't seem to have much differentiating personality from each other and becomes a little bit confusing. So just my thought. And so in the Basara games, well, let's look at the joke weapon too. In the Basara games, Masamune does ally himself with Ieyasu's Western Army. So you'll see he's joining up with Ieyasu, and he also partners up with Katsui in Basara 4 in particular. So, very interesting choice of weapon here. His second sword doesn't even go high enough to reach his hand in this pose with this joke weapon. It looks kind of odd, his hand's just floating there. Okay, let's go play some story mode.
I'm a Dragon Lord! Ryu no tanjou o mitodoke na.
You hear that English already?
Tenka sousei, ransen makuake ka.
すでに各地で戦火いえ災禍が巻き起こりつつあります。恐れずに言うならば 乱心ここに極まれりかと。
己が気まぐれ一つでたやすくこの世を塗り替えられる。いただきってのはさぞやたまらねえんだろうな、小十郎。
政宗様。
いい加減帝やら魔王やらの背を見るのは真っ平だ。この日の本の真なる主、それは竜を置いて他にねえ。
それは無論のこと。しかし
小十郎、遊びは終わりだ。俺は今から王を名乗る。何者にも脅かされねえ唯一の座へと舞い上がる。
政宗様。
独眼竜王伊達政宗、これがこの俺の産声だ。
憎き武田め。
Alright, let's have a look. There's a lot of stages here to choose from. I don't think we've done Hideyoshi's stage. Let's give it a shot. This is actually the same stage as the one where you fight against Yukimura and Masamune at the same time. It is originally Hideyoshi's stage though, because his Hideyoshi stage was in Basara 4, while the Yukimura Masamune stage I think was just for Sumeragi. I can't remember. It's been a while. So Masamune is also known for, when he rides his horse, he just has his arms crossed and kind of leans back like a badass.
Come with me.
Come with me.
Hm. 力知らずが我が拳の前にひれ伏せがいい。
どうだろう秀吉。まずは彼らに任せてみないかい。
Also, I want to note that Masamune is voiced by Kazuya Nakai, who I know as Eustace from Grand Blue Fantasy, because of course I have to relate all the voice actors I know in Japanese to Grand Blue Fantasy, since like they're all in that game. So you'll notice that right now Masamune is already in his 6 claw mode. He's got his 6 swords drawn. That's because I have a special inscription equipped on him that makes it so that he starts the battle in 6 claw mode and that he can stay in 6 claw mode indefinitely, because usually it ends after a certain amount of time. So let's switch back to regular mode. So I'll show you his moves in regular mode with 1 sword, and then I'll switch later. You'll notice that Kojūrō is also kind of glowing and looks a little bit menacing. That's also because he has a special inscription that keeps him in his slaughter mode, so we'll talk about that when I play him, maybe on the next stage. Okay, so Masamune, I don't know, I find his moveset kind of boring, even with the 6 claws, but that's just me. Sorry Masamune fans. So let's do his regular attack. If I hold the button down, he'll do this quick slash with his 6 swords and then put them away. Regular triangle move. You just kind of knock people into the air with a slash. Guard. If I guard with the triangle, kind of does like a couple slashes with 2 swords. If I guard with square. So his moveset's pretty straightforward. He's a pretty easy character for a beginner. Here's his R1. I feel like this should be his moving triangle attack, but it's not. Here's his moving triangle. Okay, so here's his first R2 move. Kind of shoots a Kamehameha kind of thing. Here's the third one. Kind of got a slow start up on that one. So War Dance is the move that changes him into 6 claw mode. So normally it ends after a certain amount of time, but it will last indefinitely. The problem is you can't guard while you have 6 dragon stance on, or 6 claw stance. His attacks all change though. They become a bit faster, a bit stronger. Triangle attack. Almost the same. R1. He has an extra follow-up attack on that one. Yeah, other than that, because you can't do the other attacks because you need to guard. If I hold it down, he'll have a bit more to that one. So let's look at his taunts actually. Okay, so it's mostly the same even with War Dance up. Do these moves change? Okay, so the R2 moves don't seem to change. Okay, we'll start the battle with regular with one sword, just to show off a little bit there, and then I'll switch to the 6 claws after. Don't jump over me. He's so fast. I'm trying to be fancy and show off my moves, but all I'm doing is making a fool of myself by missing everything. I'm gonna miss. Oh. Okay, that was pretty cool, but not worth the startup to it. Man, I do not like his moves. He has like a delay at the end, so if you miss or whiff, you're kind of left swinging at air for a bit. I'm gonna switch to 6 claws. Okay, so you see the water is up right now, so I have to take over the bases to lower the water level. The Yoshitsugu's on this side. The cool thing about this stage is you'll see as I get closer, giant like buildings will rise in the background. It's pretty dynamic, pretty cool. Watch closely. Without the cutscene, hopefully.
おお、来たか。主も見やれ。天外に咲くすみれ色の星を。我はな、あれが欲しくてたまらぬらしい。
Oh, cutscene made us miss it, but you see now there's a big building in the background there, and soldiers are kind of pouring out of it. This 6 claw mode feels much better. But I can't guard, which is annoying against Yoshitsugu. But I am much faster.
我が本当に求めたのは
胸部胸部胸部
Oh, I forgot to show off the aerial attacks.
なぜ私を見捨てて生きたんだ
There's always something I forget to show off at the beginning. I really wish the R1 move was mapped to the moving triangle button instead. This feels more natural, but I guess it doesn't make a difference to you guys. You don't actually see which buttons I'm pressing. I want to go this way. Okay, maybe we can see the building rise. Ow, over here. These bomb guys are going around. Ah! Made a bomb wheel donut. No, stop it! I'm trying to get a good view! There, see that? Kind of a neat detail. Because Hideyoshi's supposed to be like a conqueror, so like the feel of the stage kind of gives off the feeling of like world conquest domination. You'll see that in the boss room. There's like a big globe in the background. Help me out, Kojūrō. Build up your Basara.
秀吉様が巨匠の番犬となる許可をいいよけれどくれぐれも超えすぎないようにねすでに許可はいただいている永劫に仕え続ける許可をシ色の雲よ火を隠せこの心に刺す明るみよ一つ残らず消滅しろ
So I've talked about this in the past, but like originally the rivalry in Basara was Masamune versus Yukimura in the first couple games, and then in the third game it was Mitsunari versus Ieyasu. Then in the fourth game it was Katsui versus Sakon. But after Basara 4, like in Sumeragi and in some of the animes, they've been kind of pushing Masamune to come back into the spotlight, so they've kind of made it more Mitsunari versus Masamune instead.
久しぶりだな。トップギアで行かせてもらうぜ。貴様には刹那の生存も許可しない。
So it kind of became this like Masamune versus Mitsunari rivalry instead, and then it was Yukimura versus Ieyasu, and that was kind of pushed to the back burner. So I don't know how I feel about that, because it feels very forced. Like I think in one of the animes, they completely changed like the story so that Masamune was the one who killed Hideyoshi instead of Ieyasu, which completely changes Mitsunari's character development, just for the sake of putting Masamune on the front cover, so... Oh, I didn't even notice he's running away from me, because he's trying to take over the bases. In any case, I just feel like that wasn't the best idea. I mean, I'm biased because I'm not a big fan of Masamune, but I don't know. There's just something about Mitsunari shouting Ieyasu that just sounds so satisfying and key to his character. Okay, stop it, stop it. My base. Help me out, Kojūrō. Let's do my Basara attack. It's a pretty boring Basara attack too. Sorry, Masamune. Okay, so now I have to take over the other side of the map. This is kind of annoying. I gotta go all the way around. Any day now. I mean, I could have taken the launcher, or I think there's some horses, but I want to kill this guy so he doesn't take over my base. Is there a horse around here? No, I think the horse is only there on Yukimura and Masamune's version of the stage. I think there might be a horse hidden somewhere else on the stage though, but not near here. So I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but the enemies that have like names over their heads, usually they're generic enemy generals, or sometimes they're given names from actual Sengoku era generals. Like some characters who became playable in Basara 4 used to just have their names written over random enemy general heads, like Katsui and Matabe. In any case, in this game, those enemy generals are the ones that command the other like random mooks to do their formations and stuff. So for them to roll up into a big ball, or to like exchange their weapons and create something stronger, or go into triangle formation, they need those enemy generals to do that. See, he's doing it right now. When he's waving a sword like that, he's telling his other guys to get into a formation. So it looks like his cannon guys are about to do that. So that's why I prioritize taking out the generals, because the random guys don't really do much without them. I guess that would have been something I should have told you in like the first episode. I thought it was just kind of obvious because I've been playing this game for so long. I'm trapped in this ninja thing. Okay, let's go fight Hanbei. Ah. Just because I can't guard, you take advantage of that. Quit moving. Good thing you have a rockin' musical theme, Hanbei. Oh no, look at him coughing. Come on, give me some Basara for Kojūrō. There we go. So note the giant spinning globe behind him. It looks like a dictator kind of appearance up here.
過去であろうと未来であろうと我が拳で掴み砕けぬものなどなし。天地を祭我が力に屈せよ。
俺らの光を焼き付けな。
合わせ瞳に互いを打つぜ。
Look at those dragons. Kojūrō has a really cool piece of artwork there. It's got like the silhouette of a moon in the negative space. That's neat.
覇王の拳を受けるがよい。自ら名乗るばかりの王など虚しき者へ。進化以外貴様を王と扱う者などおらぬであろう。
今に誰もがそういうようになるさ。天下のためにあんたを今ここでぶっ倒すんだからな。天下上等かかってきな。俺が進むは竜の道。Follow me。後悔はさせねえぜ。ま、幸先いい出だしか。こいつらまとめて今日から竜王軍の一員だ。
すべて傘下に支配下に収めるとそうおっしゃられるのか。
ああそうだ。正直帝や魔王のおっさん相手じゃまだまだ足りやしね
え。勢力拡充、それ自体は正しき判断であるとうなずきましょう。しかし
文句なら聞かねえぜ小十郎。一族老頭皆殺しと行くよりは優しいもんだろ。
有無を言わせぬ併合、それはいずれいびつへもつながるかと。あなたの道を遮りかねぬ巨大なる爪痕を。
心配すんな。俺はそこまで落ちちゃいねえ。魔王や覇王とは違う。それがこの俺竜王だ。
何やら間がつなる。何やら近海に巨大な影を確認。
Also, something that I think I misspoke about in a previous episode, I was talking about how when you turn on the roulette mode, you might encounter Miyamoto Musashi, and one of his weapons is an oar, because it was famous for using a wooden oar during a duel, and that duel was with Kojūrō Sasaki, and I mistakenly thought it was Kojūrō Katakura, who is this Kojūrō, so I got them mixed up. So there is no Kojūrō Sasaki in Basara, at least. So let's have a look. Let's do Shingen stage, and that's only because I know Yukimura is on it, and Yukimura and Masamune have, of course, their rivalry. And Kojūrō has his rivalry with Sasuke as well, and he also has one with Hanbei, and I guess also Hisahide in a way, because Hisahide does mess with Masamune and Kojūrō during Basara 2 Heroes, so they do have a little bit of a thing going on there as well.
Come with me.
虎の館と知って飛び込んでくるか。 その度胸やよし歓迎するぞ。
親方様、今日までの鍛錬、この雪村目に示させていただきたく。
よかろう、やってみせよ雪村。
うらー、俺たちも負けてられねえぜ。
Okay, so like I said before, Kojūrō has an inscription on his weapon that keeps him in this slaughter mode indefinitely. Just like with Masamune, when he's in slaughter mode, he can't guard, and normally it ends after a certain amount of time. So I'm gonna switch it off. So I'll show off his regular moves first, and then we'll switch to the slaughter mode afterwards. So he uses a katana. It's a little longer than Masamune's. So that's his normal attack string, triangle attack. There's not really much to that. If I hold it down, he does a bit more. Okay. Alright, because he does have a second sword. It's kind of neat. Guard stance. Guard with the triangle. That's kind of a cool attack. It's almost like Mitsunari's attack, where you slash backwards. And he cleans it off. That's kind of neat. Guard with square. It's kind of neat one. Hold square. R1. Moving triangle. Okay, so again, I feel like moving triangle and R1 should be switched, because moving triangle does this, but you get a lot more distance using R1. I always think moving triangle should be like your charge ahead move, you know? Aerial attack. And heavy. Okay, so let's try... So that move's almost like Masamune's, it shoots like a beam. Oh, sorry to impale you there, Master. Third move. Oh, okay, if I hold it, he does something more. Oh, that's pretty cool. It's got a really long startup though, so if I just press it, he does this. And then slaughter mode. So now he looks a little bit more unhinged. His hair, I know it's hard to see, instead of all being slicked back, there's a couple strands that kind of hang in front of his face. He's supposed to look more like feral and like beastly. Like he's supposed to resemble like a Yakuza kind of thing. So now if I attack... So I think it's like, because his regular attacks are so refined with the sword, and then now he's like kicking and punching, like no rules fighting kind of thing. A lot more fierce. That goes on for quite a while. I also walk a little slower. Like if I walk... Yeah, it's a lot slower. His running speed seems about normal. Look at him drag his katana behind him. So again, I can't guard in this mode. If I hold the button down, he'll do that. If I press triangle. So same move, but a little stronger. That one doesn't change much either. It's mostly just his regular attack string that changes, seems like. Okay, let's... Oops. Okay, let's stick to his normal moveset until maybe partway through the stage I'll change. Well, let's do his taunt too. Oh right, so he like meditates. And then you'll see his Basara slowly increases. Oh, and then he stops. I can't even cancel out of this with the movement. Oh, there we go. Never mind. What if I change him to slaughter mode? Oh, that's not slaughter mode. What if I taunt like this? He slicks his hair back and then immediately undoes it. There we go. Alright, enough playing around. Sorry if you guys don't enjoy me playing around with the characters at the beginning of each time I use them. I just like to show them off because Basara has some pretty unique and cool animations, and I want to show them off for everyone that I can. I mean, the whole point of me doing this series is just to get people more interested in Basara. It's kind of a lonely fandom to be in if you're English speaking, especially since we haven't had a new game in a while. See, for a rival cutscene, for the two main characters of the game, that's a pretty boring one. Compared to like all the other ones we saw, like with Mitsunari and stuff. Ah. So when the generals blow their horns, it summons more enemies. Let's get rid of that guy. Stop it, Yukimura, I'm trying to kill your general. Can I get a Basara going? I want to try Basara. Attack on him. Okay, there we go. I want to make sure there's enough space. Stop it. Yukimura, I'm trying to find an opportune camera angle to take you out with. I mean, kind of boring, but he is one of the older characters in the game. And a lot of the older characters, they don't seem to want to rework their Basara animations. Like we saw with like Sasuke, had kind of a boring one too, compared to all his flashy other moves that they added for Basara 4 for him, or Basara 3 Utage. See if I can pull this one off without getting stunned out of it. No, don't hit me, no! Come on, can you hit me from here? Oh, dang it. That move is useless! Looks cool though, I'll give it that. Okay, let's switch to slaughter mode, see if this is any better. He seems a bit more fierce. Definitely a longer attack string.
ついてないね、オタクもさ。理由？まあ聞かなくてもすぐにわかると思うけどね。静かに癒すこと、林のごとく。大将、俺様が時間稼ぐ間に気合い入れ直してよ。
Ah!
熱くたぎりながら、そのうちに
Why are those things so hard to break out of?
ないだ心の己を持つのじゃ。
Ah, let me up.
バカだバカだとは思ってたけどさ、自分を王様だとか言い出しちゃう。
Gotta get to Yukimura before he recovers.
その程度も言えねえやつに何か変えられると思うか。あいつのその隠れてりゃいい忍び不全にはわからない。ほらじゃサスケ、ほらなのじゃ。
Can't see what I'm hitting now.
無念かもしれないけど成仏してくれよ。はい、俺様のお仕事、本日はここまで。あとは任せたぜ、大将。
よし来たサスケ、この雪村任された。
There's still a general behind me.
頭はよ、
Get rid of him.
俺らの難波神も先を走ってんのさ。これより主な策を進めるぞ。
Try to see if I can build up a Basara before I reach Yukimura again. So I can do a double Basara. There we go.
負けられぬ。武田が心得一つ。合わせ人に互いを移せ。
俺らの光を焼き付けな。
Nice.
出直せ雪村。
不甲斐なし。この雪村、今一度己の風林火山を見つめ直し候。
The animations of the guys just stuck in the ground with their legs up in the air like that. Masamune, you're blocking him. I want to show off. Especially since this is like a lava pit. So his head's just dangling above the lava. That must be pleasant. Where's the prompt? Oh, there it is. I'm just gonna run past these guys.
蜘蛛の巣のごとく遮る。ここを通すわけにはいかんのだ。行きましょう。出直せ雪村。
不甲斐なし。
オーケー。堅物の骨にまで染み込ませてやるとするさ。もう良い雪村。
I love the animation of all the guys like lifting their arms.
風林火山。それは兵法のみの教えにあらず。己の志、そして民の心にも通ずると知れい。
はい。親方様。
Out of the way, Yukimura. Ah, you're blocking my view.
どうするおっさん。あんたも俺のチャレンジを笑い飛ばすか。
それもまた一つの考えや。誇れい、独眼流。雪村といい。
I like Kojūrō a little bit more than Masamune in terms of gameplay, but they're pretty close. I don't have a particular attachment to either of them. Sorry, Kojūrō and Masamune fans. But yeah, like I said, I like all the characters in Basara. They're all really good, but I do have some I like more than others.
鎧の虎は恐ろしいぞ。 逃げずにわしの前に現れた度胸、まずは褒めておこう。わしの突進を止めたくは富士よりも高き山を持て。まだだ、まだ足りねえ。
He's got so much health. Maybe it's because I'm also weak, because I don't use these characters as much. Kojūrō does look like a badass walking around like this, though.
Follow me. 後悔はさせねえぜ。
That's a lot of weapons. Good thing I wasn't full on these two already, because I don't usually play them.
おめえら、新入り連中への睨みは聞かせてんだろうな。
へへ、もちろんですぜ、小十郎様。でもせっかくの弟分なのにあんま厳しくしすぎるのも。
それで政宗様の身に何かあったらどうなる。誰が恨みを抱いているかも知れたもんじゃねえだろう。
そん時はそん時だ。させたいようにさせるまでさ。
政宗様、なんという推挙を。
おいお前ら、新入りのことは任せたぜ。時間をかけても構わねえ。慣れるように気を使ってやれ。
うっせ、お任せください、筆頭。
ってわけだ。諦めな小十郎。言われずとも責任は取るさ。仕掛けた側としてな。
政宗様、おかしな仕方をす。
豊臣を追われたさ。伊予河野軍が。お尋ね者が出たな。
Okay. Let's do... You know, it's a shame that Masamune doesn't have a special battle intro with Yoshiaki. Yoshiaki's his uncle, which I mentioned in his episode. Let's do the battle with Senno Rikyu. It's been a while since we fought him. Again, Senno Rikyu was a new character introduced for Basara for Sumeragi, and he doesn't have his own stage, he just has these dual stages, and he also has a special boss cutscene with Masamune, so I guess we might as well see that while we're here.
Come with me!
一席ご用意いたしましょう。
Awesome!
なってねえぞ、作法がよ。
聞こえなかったか？ノックはしたぜ。
100くらいもてなしてやるよ、俺たちが。教えてやるぜ、わびさびをな。待て、止まれ、サビスケ。
あんたもまた俺に出会った。今の俺にな。
こりゃずらかるのが吉だな。いつも見ている、簡単に言うな。
that hurt.
なんとかしてくれ。ダメです。それ以上僕に近づいては。この心、あなたは傑作だろ。こいつに入ってくるのさ。
Thanks, Kojūrō, for the assist. Look at me flip in the air.
選んでください。次こそは俺とワビスケ、どっちの茶かをな。
So Sen no Rikyu, one of the few characters we haven't done yet, he doesn't have any special connection to Masamune. The reason why they have a rival cutscene was Sen no Rikyu was a new character added for Sumeragi, so they wanted to give him some attention and some cutscenes. So that's why a lot of his battle cutscenes are just against other main characters, like Mitsunari, or I don't think he has one against Mitsunari actually. I know he has one with Masamune and Hideyoshi and Matsunaga. It was mostly just give him some attention for being an exciting new character added to the series.
"残念ですが、梵天丸様の右目はもう二度と。
お気の毒じゃが、この先国の主としてはお先真っ暗と言わざるを得ませんな。今笑ったのはてめえか。な？貴様小十郎。貴様。我ら相手にこのようなことをしてどうなるか。知るか。うちの筆頭は梵天丸ただ一人だ。てめえらごときが怪我してんじゃねえ。ゲスが。やべえ。この俺が目と目、見るべき光景を映し出してやる。だから前を向け。今一度踏みしめろ、梵天丸。
なあ小十郎、俺は忘れてねえぜ。
鬼島津が暴れてる。
おりゃ、
お尋ね者。
Okay, so of course Masamune being a main character, he has an anime route as well, the red scroll there. We'll do the drama route just because we've been sticking to the drama route for most characters. So I believe in this drama route he teams up with Katsui, of course because Katsui is one of the new main characters, so they seem to like pairing up main characters with main characters and splitting them into the rivalries.
Masamune様、織田陣営の一軍が完全に布陣しているとの報告が。
来やがったか、魔王のおっさん。避けて通る気もなかった道だ。迎え撃つぞ小十郎。
御意。政宗様、外様の兵らも動かされるおつもりか。
いや、ただの触りだ。まずは俺たちだけでいい。来たるべきその瞬間まで連中に無理をさせたくはね
え。はっ、ではそのように。
欧州伊達氏、退くを知らぬ武者くじか。
後方の憂いを断つに失態は許されぬ戦ぞ。勝家、しくじりおったらどうなるか分かっておろうな。
はっ、尻子玉にまでしかと命じております。
愛も変わらず薄気味の悪い男よ。
どのような男だとしても私には関わりない。誰の息吹であろうとも今をそよがせはしないのだから。
Come with me! 柴田勝家。ふん、引かねえ名だな。
一軍を任されながらも無名の将。
I like how they wrote out the word hum in that sentence, like but they had to put it in English. Surprise.
申し上げます。現在の我が軍には応戦する兵力もございませぬ。
援軍だ。援軍を呼べ。なぜ我らの動きが。勝家、これもお主が愚鈍のせいよ。一刻も早く奴らを討ち、おめえを注ぐに尽力するのだ。は
皆様方の仰せのままに。
どういうことだ。あいつはここの大将だろ。なぜあぶれ使われてやがる。
何やら不安が生じているのは間違いないようですが。
さすがは明智様だよな。きっとこうなることを見越して勝家様に持たせたんだぜ。
消し止められただと。勝家、早く予備ののろしを出さんか。
Trying to take back my bases already?
許せとは言わない。すべては命じられたままに。
So this way. If you come from the other side, they try to roll the barrels down on you in some spots. Oh, let me up! Let me up! Let me up!
かかれ柴田何度より俺の方が強いはずなんだ。
あなたの背に還元の色が見える。私の思い過ごしであればそれでいいが。
砂だ。砂をかぶせ。今以上の煙をたかれては命取りよ。
朝目覚め戦場に立ち夜眠る。ただそれだけだ。
Let's try speeding through these. Oh no, okay, they're here. The man ladders.
闘技隊の到着です。岩尾のごとき肉体に恐れるものなどなし。
Come on. Make a ladder for me, man. There we go, thanks guys.
もしあれが圧政の慣れの果てというならば。
I'm trying to take these last two bases before they take over one of my first bases, but I don't think I'll be fast enough. Stop and get off me! I'm in the middle of something here. Just one more.
勝家、見えるのか。この惨状が貴様には見えぬというのか。
鬼か天狗かいずれにせよ。
Faster, faster. No!
でも耐えるのだ。負けず殿ならばきっと挽回の策を講じてくれる。
残る一つ。他の陣とは一味も二味も違うと心得よ。もうすぐだ。
No.
ともうすぐ放
Thought I could dodge it.
こう焦って突出するな。相手方の思うつぼぞ。
破れはしないはずだ。私への態度が本物ならば。
叶うと思っていたのならいかにも愚かな楽観よ。
天下上等。
Nice.
かかってきな。
その門があなたにとっての極門となるだろう。
勝家よ、貴様は一体何を考えている。
私の命では不愉快だろうが。
Where are all these generals? There they are.
勝家め、小生意気にも調子づきよって。
過去ならあるいは未来の私なら彼らの死に涙を流せもした。
Surprised I didn't take this base over yet. It was like the first one. I saw the big guy heading for it.
ただそれだけよ。あなたの敵は目の前だけではない。それをお分かりか。
引き入れた奴らのことか。俺が信じずに誰が信じる。
Oh, I didn't even see that guy.
こいつらのためにも俺は前を向き続けるのさ。
あなたが伊達氏か。
竜王とでも呼んでもらいたいね。
王か。そう名乗りたがるのは我ら人の子の悪癖だ。
あんたのその目気に入らねえな。まるであの日の俺に残された左目だ。そう、右目という光を失ったあの日のな。
そうするだけの資格などとうに失っている。
なぜあんたは諦める。なぜあんたはその目に光を宿そうとしない。 You are wrong。 未来を夢見ちゃいけねえやつなんざこの世にはいねえ。この俺が見せてやるぜ。よどむよりずっといい光映す喜びってやつをな。
Just imagine how strong Masamune's grip strength must be to hold his swords like that.
あんたがかつての俺に見えた。それじゃあ
あなたがかつての私だと到底信じられない。
俺の右目は見ての通りだ。ずっと昔に使い物にならなくて。
そうなのか。
絶望したさ。ちょうど今のあんたのよ
どうしてあなたは立ち上がれたのだ。
常に俺のそばに控え欠けた視界の代わりとなり立ち直らせてくれたやつ。そこの小十郎だ。魔王のおっさんには無理だ。あとは俺が引き継ぐぜ。俺と来い柴田勝家。あんたに未来を見せてやる。天下上等かかってきな。
Thanks for defending me, random soldier dude.
俺が進むは竜の道。Follow me。後悔はさせねえぜ。
Oh, poor Mitsunari. We've beat him up so many times, Sekigahara.
気は済んだか、柴田勝家。言った通りだ。この先は俺についてきな。
なぜあなたはそこまで。
かつての俺のようなやつを放っておく趣味はね。そいつらに光を見せるのが竜王たるゆえんだからな。
あなたは強いな。私ごときが王になどなれる道理もなかったわけだ。
あんたの過去は知らねえ。話す気にでもなった時に語ってくれりゃいい。だが全てはこれからだぜ。相棒やライバル、そんな奴らがあんたを変えてくれるはずだ。
ライバル。あなたの言葉は少し難しい。
おい小十郎、真田幸村は今どうしてる？
はっ、虎と豊臣の同盟を受け今は石田と行動を共に。
あのおっさんが豊臣とね。どういう風の吹き回しだ？まあいい。魔王退治は後回しだ。行くぜ小十郎。よい。
伊達氏。
勝家、よく見ておけよ。かけがえのない相手とのしのぎ合い、それが見せる光をな。Come with me。 おう真田幸村、久しぶりのワルツと行こうじゃねえか。
政宗殿、何故。それにあの傍らの御仁を。
It's a pretty fitting stage considering that we fought Yukimura and Mitsunari already on this story path. And Sakon too.
貴様自身の手で死滅してみせる。
無論政宗殿との宿営はこの雪村にこそあり。ああ、真田さんずっり。先方は俺の役目だ。
Oh, let me out, you dumb ninjas.
はい、すまん。しかしこればかりはどうあっても譲れんのだ。悪いね、真田さん。俺が先張り
掴んだ未来もかけなきゃ離れていっちまう。さあ一発勝負だ。島左近入ります。
チェックポイント通過。まだまだ足りないな。よもやそれがしか出し抜かれようとは。島左近殿、まっこと侮りがたし。
左近またくだらぬ労力。
龍山杖。
三成様と張り合ってただけはあんね。なんかその前はビタンってされてた気もするけど。
挑発のつもりか。いいぜ、乗ってやるよ。
怒った。
三成様じゃあるまいし楽しすぎっしょ。ああ、ところでさ、どちらさんはやんねえの？じっと見てるだけなんてつまんねえっしょ。私か。そうそう、
Oh, he dodged it with Koi Koi. How dare.
見た感じお化けかよとか思ったけどさ、そうでもなさそうだし。
Gotta get rid of this big guy.
もうずいてんだろ。私が戦いたがっている。
Ah, save me, Kojūrō. I can't guard.
自分で分かってない。そういう系の人？
悩みある勝家。お前に光をもたらすのはそれだ。わかるぜ。人を前にして動けなかったんだろ。
だとし。
気になる。あいつ
が。ああ、慣れ慣れしく語りかけられたのは例がない。少し面食らっているのは事実かもしれない。
I know those poison gas things in Basara 3, they would lower your HP, but I don't think they do that in this game, because when I get near them, my HP doesn't seem to drop. Unless it's just a very small amount that I don't notice. That guy flying in slow motion in front of my camera as he got hit.
空の教えを守れるとは何たる不覚。まさにそれがしと刃を交えるまでどうかご双剣であれ。
敵方からこれほどまでに求められるものなのか。このような相手も戦も私は知らない。
この雪村今燃えずしていつ燃える。 武田に真田あり。いざ日の元にこの雪村あり。
早分け目か。この
See if I can take over the space first before they take the other ones back. Oh great, Yoshitsugu. Forgot about you.
おお、来たか。主も見やれ。 天外に咲くすみれ色の星を。我はな、あれが欲しくてたまらぬらしい。
あれがあなたの言う男、真田しか。
こっちまで燃えてきやがるぜ。 あれだけ一本気のやつもそうそういねえだろうがね。
ああ、確かにそう見える。
速やかに降伏せよ。もはやギネルラに勝ち目はないぞ。我らが主を信じよう。ほんの一時耐えるまでぞ。
I just knocked him down the cliff. There we go. Boss characters are taking back their bases. I'll just hang out here and they'll come to me, I think.
何があっても裏切れぬのだ。思えばかつての俺は随分と恵まれてたもんだ。人に続くぜ。
Here we go.
いかん。ここで全員を失うな。
さて、うごめき。念頭は他の部隊の穴埋めよ。
破った数だ。刻む回数を増やして。我が軍を阻む者なんてありはしねえ。姿勢で示すが男の道。しかし言葉も大切ですぞ。武士ゆえに。
Are you not coming over here, Yoshitsugu? Got to come to you.
戻れ、今日。貴様まで前線に赴く意味などない。
いや何。
Wait, no, I want to do a double Basara. I didn't press the button. No, Kojūrō, you're knocking him away. I also know it's called a Giga Basara attack when you do two, but I just call it double Basara out of habit. I can't jump this fence. Where is he? Oh, Yuki mirrors you too. Okay. See, double Basara would be so useful here. His body like despawned the second it hit the ground that time.
It's a happy!
It's a happy!
合わせ人に互いを打つぜ。
改めてあなた方は何号し合おうとも乗り越えられる気がしない。
別にそこまでとは思わねえがね。少なくともお前はこれからいくらでも強くなれんだろう。今日は俺の勝ちだな、真田優勢だ。
政宗殿、この雪辱はいずれ。
どうだった、かくい
私ももう一度あの世に高ぶれるんだろうか。
それを決めるのはお前だ。好きに選びな。欲しい先をね。
Tsunari, are you gonna spawn yet?
あなたに詫びねばなりますまい。
どうした小十郎。
あなたの志を見誤った。
I might not even bother with the last two bases if Mitsunari appears now.
その堅苦しさの方がよっぽど美しいぞ。
Looks like he's not coming. Oh, there we go. Just need to finish talking first.
己取られたか。全軍防衛せよ。
おっと。寝てる場合じゃねえっぞ。一回だけ振り直しさせてもらうぜ。
伊達政宗。
よう、これで3度目だな。
死闘の数などどうでもいい。だが貴重なる豊臣の兵力を削りしその罪。
三成様引ってまだやられてますっつの。
勝家、
あなたはあなたの戦いをすればいい。私ももう一度だけそうしてみよ
う。あんたとうとうやる気になったみたいだな。そう来なくちゃ面白くねっしょ。
Good luck, 勝家。Everlasting party!
The game's main theme is playing right now, so that's why you don't hear any background music, because it gets removed from copyright. You're just gonna have to listen to these guys duke it out.
入越するには焦燥と知れ。
いや、強いて言うなら単なる親心だ。
やっぱあんた強え、最高。なあなあ、いい加減名前教えてくれってばよ。
あなたがそれを望むなら勝家、一人帽子の勝家だ。
今この場には
Just like double teaming him with Kojūrō.
秀吉様、
天下上等、かかってきな。
政宗様、おけよ。
No problem。
政宗様、
嬉しかったんだ。目に光を取り戻し戦っていたあいつを見て、誰かを導くってのがこんなにも来るなんてな。落ちて光を失ってなお再び未来を抱ける天下、そいつを作るのが俺の役目だと思ってたが、もっとダイレクトに行くのも悪くねえかもしれねえな。
あなたならばそれも果たせましょう。日の本史上唯一にして最も善なる竜の王として。
おい勝家、そろそろ行くぜ。あいつらとはどうせまたすぐにやり合うことになる。それまでにお前に合わせたい奴らは山ほどいるんだからな。
ああ、期待させていただこう。伊達氏、いや伊達政宗。
So there we have it. Date Masamune's drama route ending. We're almost done the series now, guys. I hope you're enjoying it so far. We only have a couple characters left. We have Senno Rikyu, and I'm gonna partner up with Shimazu since we haven't done Shimazu either, even though they don't have much to do with each other. I also think I might do one other episode with Katsui and Nagamasa because I feel like I didn't give them enough attention in the first two episodes when I was still trying to figure out how I was gonna format the series with the 2 characters per episode. And that way we'll leave the series off on a nice 20 episode count, which is nicer than 19, I think. I'm also going to do some free play after this, because I want to show off a few of the stages that we haven't seen yet. Because we've seen most of them, but there's just a couple that we haven't encountered quite yet.
"その時代は1000年の時を超えて繁栄を極めるのであった。
Okay, let's do some free play. Show off some of the stages that we haven't gotten a chance to do yet. So it's kind of funny that Yoshiteru Ashikaga, up there in the top left, he's kind of the main boss of Basara 4 and Basara 4 Sumeragi, and he has quite a few stages, but we haven't actually encountered him too many times. He's usually the final boss of a lot of characters' routes, but a lot of the characters we've picked for their drama routes just happen to not have him. So we did this stage with Sakon's playthrough. This is Yoshiteru's stage that's shaped like a roulette wheel that spins around. He has a second stage that's very similar to it, so we're going to do the second one, and then maybe if we get the chance later we'll do some of these other ones in the last couple episodes coming up. So the first one we saw, this one had Yoshiteru Ashikaga and also Matsunaga Hisahide and Kotaro Fuma on it, and we just happened to be lucky and not encounter Hisahide and Kotaro on this one because of the way that we arranged the rooms from the roulette. This second one, again, is very similar. Instead, it's Yoshiteru with Sora no Tomo, Muneshige, and Shimazu, which is kind of a strange matchup. It's almost like a Zabi get-together as well, because Soren is there with Muneshige, and Yoshihiro also was converted to Zavism in one of his joke endings in the past, and appears on the final Zabiland stage. So let's have a look at these guys, and we'll play through this one just for fun.
Come with me.
友よ、定めの車輪が導く、その奇跡を駆け上がれ。
And Masamune has a special boss rival cutscene with Yoshiteru, so we might as well see that while we're here. So again, like, on these stages, the rooms are rotating constantly between black and red, and then you get to bet on which ones you think are going to appear by hitting the bases of the same color, and different rooms are going to have different combinations of these three enemies in them. First, we're going to fight them all together here. I always like Soren's death animation. I know I pointed out like every single time. Yoshihiro also doesn't appear on very many stages besides his own in this game. I still like how... Oh, what? Don't block me in the middle of my duel. Oh, it just ended, okay. I was gonna say, I like how Muneshige, when he does the duel clashes, he doesn't attack back, he just guards, and yet he's able to hold his own. Okay, so on the previous version of the stage we played, there were two bases. There was a red one and a black one, and you got to bet which one. I think this one is just completely random. You just hit it and it will spin to whatever. So you're not actually betting on it. Where is he?
これが伊達の戦ってやつだ。
一歩前進といったところだな、友よ。これぞ定めの車輪版よ。次の出目でも世を楽しませい。
行きなさい、宗重。ここで帝に恩を売り、あわよくば
I think this room was randomized to turn me into maximum style time all the time, because you can see the stage is a little bit blurry and like the Maximum style. That's a pretty cool advantage. Okay, go join Zabi-sama. Well, I mean, Zabi's not dead, but... There's a lot of boss fights on this version of the stage because you're constantly fighting bosses in every room. It's especially annoying if you keep encountering Muneshige and you're low level because he's kind of difficult. Can't see anything.
我らが粉塵をご覧あれ。分かった。これで我が軍は随分不利になった。次の一手はどうする？友よ。
小十郎にでも指示すればいい線に行くんじゃねえか。あんたは知ってるか。誰かを導く喜びってやつを。さて、竜自らが出ましてやったぜ。
She just dies standing up. Sometimes when I was struggling with the stage because I was new, I'd get here and I'd actually beat up all these guys standing around doing nothing just to build up Basara. Good day, fellas. Yoshiteru is actually a pretty tough boss, especially when you're first fighting him. He guards a lot, he can like teleport behind you and like charge forward. It's a lot harder than previous boss characters of other Basara games. Even though character design-wise, he doesn't seem very boss-like, if you ask me. He looks so funny falling out like that.
新しい世界へと。
俺が進むは竜の道。Follow me。後悔はさせねえぜ。
Alright, so there we have it. Another episode of Kiro plays Sengoku Basara 4 Sumeragi. Getting near the end. Just a couple episodes left. We're gonna do one with Katsui and Nagamasa, since they didn't really get a fair shot at the beginning. And then we'll do Sen no Rikyu with Shimazu, since they're the only other characters left that I haven't played. And then after that, we'll move on to something else. What will it be? Surprise! Well, depending on the timing, the next series might actually start before I finish the Basara one, depending on how the episodes overlap, so we'll have a look at that. But I'm really excited. I really enjoyed playing Basara for you guys. I hope you guys are enjoying it too. I hope you guys are getting some interest in the series, or at least learning a little bit more about it. If there's any particular characters or story routes that you want to see in the future, let me know down in the comments, and maybe in the future, when I come back and revisit Basara, I'll play some of it. Or maybe I'll do a live stream or something in the future, we'll see. Thanks so much for watching again, guys, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye!